Don't be afraid to embrace the new you.
Hello. So, the topic for today's video: why did you choose Thailand here? In my cover letter that I sent to schools, it was kind of cliche. I pretty much said I'm looking forward to the informational exchanges between myself and the students, and by that I really meant on a professional level, because I can grow professionally. I'm going to grow, personally from this experience. But let me break it down and, give you a little more details. First things first, I don't feel like I chose Thailand. I feel like Thailand chose me. It sounds really cliche too, but it is what it is. Like, I have acknowledged and embraced that I have the gift of knowing. I don't know what that beat was. It must be one of the surrounding rooms. I have the gift of knowing. Some cases I feel it more than others. Some cases I really feel it strongly, and other cases, I have my blinders on and I don't even pay attention to it. We all do it. So that's that. That's another video. But Thailand really chose me. Like, one question that people that I've received, a couple of times, and I'm sure I will receive it a lot more. Have you ever been to Thailand? Have you ever visited Thailand? No, never been to Thailand. This is my first time. Other people, you may wonder, have you ever at least traveled to an Asian country before? No, never been to an Asian country before. Nope. It's just a knowing that I have. I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. There are many locations that I could have, countries that I could have chosen, and I did look at other countries. However, I am a certified teaching English as a foreign language specialist, I guess you can call it, and I had to take a course in order to receive my certificate, which is TEFL, Teaching English as a Foreign Language, TEFL. So if you want to know how to get started on that path to teach, the gateway is English. However, if you have background experience in other areas, definitely by all means take that route. But when I received the book of where I can travel and what the requirements are, I immediately just thought of Thailand. Like, Thailand was always my number one place. I looked at other places. I looked at Costa Rica was one other place that I looked at. But Thailand was always that place. Like, I even was, I had an assignment, and the assignment was to research your country of choice and, tell us what the culture is going to be like. Tell us what differences there are between your home country and their country. How will you adapt to it? And when you do a Google search on Thailand, it's like the land of smiles. You always see the land of smiles. That's what they've been given the name the land of smiles. People, from what I've seen or what I've read or what I've watched, people seem to be really, they have a chill vibe in Thailand. Like, people don't stress. I remember when I was conducting my research, there was a saying, I forgot, I haven't learned the language yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But there is a Thai phrase that they say, and they say it a lot, and it's like, the translation is, don't worry about it. I want to adapt that type of vibe. Like, don't worry about it. Like, in the United States, everything has to be boom, boom, boom. And if it's not boom, boom, boom at this given time, it's just total chaos. Everybody's on edge. And I would like to get out of that. I've been in that, I've experienced that. So I'm ready for something new and something different. And just to step outside of my comfort zone, because that is like, I feel like I am a robot, within the environment and the culture that I was raised, I feel like a robot. So I'm ready to break out of that, to, you know, relax a bit and just to take it easy and not worry about it. I promise you, I'm going to go back to my notes and figure out what that saying is and learn it, you know, because I live for that. Like, it's a vibe. So, yeah, the people, they seem to be very laid back. They do not like confrontation. You know, that's something different from the States too. Like, people will argue with you in a heartbeat. You know, freedom of speech. You know, people express that very frequently. They're not very judgmental. That can go either way, because there are cases where they are very judgmental, and then there are some cases where they are not judgmental. And it also depends on where you are, who you are around. But one main thing too, like when I just looked at the pictures of when I Googled or YouTube teaching in Thailand, the kids, like the Thai babies, like the babies, I just fell in love, you know, just at that point. It was just like, oh my gosh, they're so like, I'm gonna teach Thai babies. Like, I want to teach Thai kids. Like, the kids, like the kids. And I just knew that Thailand had to be the place. So, the spirituality, there's a lot of spirituality within Thailand, you know, the temples, Hinduism, Buddhism, among other religions, and spirituality is like, I'm about that life. I'm learning more about myself and how to grow, and I am seeking a path of enlightenment. You know, it doesn't mean that I always do things right, or I'm going to always do things the right way, but as I mentioned in another video, where I am in my life, I'm striving to be better and better each and every day. So, you know, I'm trying to learn all that I can learn and soak it up so that I can just be a better me, and to be on that path of enlightenment, to get to know who Tia is within my being, within my soul. So I do believe that Thailand has a lot to offer me from that aspect. The food, right? That's a no-brainer. I've always been one to, Yelp is one of my favorite apps. Pull up Thai restaurant, you know, and although the food in the U.S. is not authentic Thai, I like the U.S. Thai. So I know I'm going to like the authentic Thai. Once I get used to the spice and the kick and the spices, I'll be fine. The weather, like the weather is nice, hot, humid, but it's okay. Where I am, where I will be living in my new home is in Chiang Mai. So I'll be in the mountains. It'll be a little cooler, but it'll still be like warm. However, I can take maybe a 2-3 hour drive and possibly be at the beach, or hop on the plane and, you know, be at the beach, and even travel within the country is really, really affordable, because I'm in Bangkok right now, and that's like the city, and from Bangkok to the mountains in Chiang Mai, that's like 8 hours, and the plane ride is like $35. Like that, I can't do that in the United States. $35 just to fly from Washington, D.C. to Florida on Southwest on a good day is $80, and that's 2 hours. So even, I mean, from Raleigh, Durham to BWI, that's 1 hour, and I know it's probably like between 80 and 130. So to be able to fly from the mountains, well, from the city to the mountains for $40, I'm with it. Yeah, the weather, the history, you know, that to me also goes along with spirituality. Just learning the history and the culture of how they do things and how they did things, and the arts, how they, like, everything, that family, that sense of family, that sense of togetherness, the sense of community. That's something else that I believe Thais are very, very serious about, a sense of community. In the United States, the culture is really every man for themselves. I want to get away from that. I am looking for a sense of belonging, a sense of community, and I do really believe I will get it here. So those are just okay. Thank you. They are letting me know that my room is ready now. So those are just a few reasons why Thailand chose me. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye bye.